this is what's up 2.0. And in this video, I'm going to be doing a full unboxing or in review of this new Nintendo 3DS XL, Nintendo 3DS newer model, which is actually called the new 3DS, which you know, their choice. And Super Mario World and Yoshi Green Edition. This bundle can be purchased on Amazon, which I have a link to in the description below. So, yeah. This is the newer model, the Nintendo 3DS, and has several improvements over the older model, which I have my original model, Nintendo 3DS XL, here for a bit of comparison. And without further ado, let's get opening. I haven't done an unboxing in a while, so forgive me if I seem a bit out of practice. Right, so as you can see, it comes with AR cards, the manual, and all else that comes in the box is the system itself. That is right. The newer model 3DS does not have a charger, which I think is a pretty bad idea. It's not an issue for me because I have the charger for my original Model 3DS, which if you had an original Model 3DS or a DSi or 2DS, the charger from that will work in the new 3DS, but I think it was a pretty bad decision of them to not include a charger because the console should include everything that needs to function. Without further ado, let's go ahead and unbox it. And here it is. Here's the outside of the system. As you can see, it's green. And here we go. As you can see, they moved these. One thing they did is move the stylus from the side down to the bottom, and the power button, and they moved the power button too on the new 3DS from here. Sorry for the bit of awkward camera angles. Here to here, and they also moved the game card slot down from here to here. The new 3DS has several features, and they also added 2 extra shoulder buttons on the outside. See how this one has 2 more shoulder buttons than the original 3DS model does. Again, sorry, apologies for the somewhat awkward camera angles. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open the system up. Another feature is the Super Stable 3D. With the original Nintendo 3DS, the 3D had a very limited sweet spot, where you had to be like holding it at the exact right position, and you had to basically be holding the console in like literally the exact correct inch, otherwise the 3D would just go all blurry. So most people didn't even really use the 3D on the old 3DS, whereas the new 3DS, I believe its sensor is right here next to this top camera. The new 3DS actually has a facial tracking technique using a sensor that's built into it that enables the 3D to actually to automatically track exactly where your face is, and it will automatically readjust the 3D for you. That is right. On the newer Model 3DS, the 3D is actually kind of usable, which is a big improvement over the old 3DS. From what I hear, it does on occasion take like a second or two to catch up, but from what I hear, it looks pretty well. As you can see, they also added an additional analog stick, an additional analog button, which you can use to control like the camera system in certain games, and that's about it for all the difference on the inside. Oh yeah, and I also just noticed that they moved the volume switch from like here on the original 3DS, if you can see where I'm pointing, to right here next to the screen on the older model, and that in between. And they also added these kind of Super Nintendo colored buttons. So if you like colored buttons, well, there's something for you. And they also changed the button layout. They they only have a home button here now, whereas on the original 3DS they had these buttons here. Let's turn, and they also moved the headphone jack to the middle from kind of on the left side here on the new 3D, on the original 3DS. Here on the new 3DS, I mean, the new 3DS also has built-in amiibo support, which I believe with the old 3DS you had to buy a certain add-on to get to it. And the new 3DS also has a faster processor, which certain games take advantage of. The only game I know of that runs exclusively on the new 3DS is Xenoblade Chronicles, which from what I hear, it's pretty much just an exact port of the Wii version. So, you know, but the new 3DS, there are like a couple games that do perform a bit better. I've heard Super Smash Bros. Apparently loads faster on the new 3DS, and I've also heard that apparently Hyrule Warriors performs better on the new 3DS. But without further ado, let's turn the thing on and see what there is to see. Hold on, I just need to get the charger, so I'll pause the video while I do that. Oh, and another thing that I think was a poor decision before I forget this is they moved the SD cards. They both moved the SD card placement, and also the new 3DS is only compatible with micro SD cards. This is kind of a bit of a rant here because, for one thing, with the old 3DS, if I wanted to swap a memory card, just all I had to do was just open this, and just take this memory card out and heater and put a new one in. It took like 2 seconds to do, other than the fact that it does get a bit stuck in there sometimes. Whereas the new 3DS, you have to actually take a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the back of the console. And it has a 4 gigabyte micro SD card in there. But if you want to put a new micro SD card in there for if you're transferring a lot of digitally owned games on your new 3DS, which I will be, you have to actually take a Phillips screwdriver and take off the back of the console and actually go and unscrew it, take out the 4 gigabyte SD card in there, and put a pretty big micro SD card in there. This was a poor design decision, in my opinion, because it just makes it kind of a pain to transfer from the new 3DS, which I actually bought a pretty big micro SD card that should work. But why they did this, I have no idea, and I think it was pretty poor. But that's about the only thing about the new 3DS that I think, compared to the old one, that I think is poorly done. The new 3DS does have a extremely slightly longer battery life. You might get like a couple more minutes of playtime before you have to charge it again out of the newer model opposed to the older one. But it's not that much of a difference. From what I hear, it might have like a half-hour longer battery. So, you know. Without further ado, now that I'm gonna go get a game. I'm gonna try out the new 3D. I'm gonna try playing Pilot Wings because this is it's a flying game if you've never played it, and it has some pretty nice. So, without further ado, let's turn the system on. Unfortunately, I can't show you the 3D because I don't own a 3D capable camera, but you know, I'll tell you what I think. Go through the setup process, which I'll stop the video while I do that because you guys don't want to see that stuff. You still have to hold the screen about 14 inches away for the 3D to work correctly, but it has a lot wider viewing angle. So yeah, see, I'm looking away from now, but it has this icon on it that it's actually showing me where my face is relative to the screen, and it's adjusting the 3D for me. So that's pretty cool. You still kind of have to hold it in at the correct position away, at the correct distance away. So yeah. Now I'll take this setup stuff out of the video. And without further ado, I'm going to start up Pilot Wings Resort and tell you what you guys think about the 3D looks. Again, unfortunately I can't show it to you, but I'll tell you what I think. Yeah, the 3D viewing angle is already working a lot better. This game is pretty fun, so if you have a 3DS, you should pick it up. I won't be able to play very well like this, but, you know, how it goes, I guess. The 3D looks gorgeous on the new 3DS. I already give this thing a pretty good review because it works pretty well, so. Fail. And of course you can still adjust it. The 3D does still tax the battery life more, so yeah. Keep that in mind. You can also still adjust how intense the 3D is. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. I just want to show you a quick, brief gameplay on how I think the 3D looks on the new 3DS. Another thing that they did was they took out the Wi-Fi switch. There's a new 3DS had a switch where you can manually turn the Wi-Fi switch on and off from the side. The new 3DS, you actually have to go into the system settings to turn the Wi-Fi on and off. So that's about it for this video. I give this device a 5 out of 5. It's a great device. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. This is What's Up 290, and I'm signing off.